thank you very much for coming. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to an icon, the man I look up to, the man who inspires me, Lord Colonel Billy Moria. He is an incredibly busy person. He runs a business, but also he does so many other things. He's Chancellor of Birmingham University and numerous other organizations. And for him to spare time for his humble friend, I am grateful, sir, that you are I always call him the face of India, because Lord Billy Moria has worked tirelessly to bring these two countries together. He was in the UK-India Business Council for many, many years and led many delegations, talked to people, the merits of having synergy between the two democracies, one the oldest, one the largest, and also the country which share each values. We are both secular, democratic, rule of law. There's a natural marriage. But again, you could have good ideas, and there is a proverb, hidden talent is no talent. If you have a talent, you've got to go and tell the world, look, I can sing, I can dance, I can do it. So Karan demonstrated that by bringing these two countries, we are now much closer, and we are going to reap the benefit of the work Karan has done going back many, many years. And you will agree, when you start anything, you start any business, you start any project, it's very difficult, because you have to lay the foundation, people don't understand you, there are a lot of negativity, there's a lot of opposition, but he is a man who wasn't deterred. He himself is an entrepreneur, and he also started a business of building brands. A new brands he brought, and I also do the same, but I was so scared that I left this country, because it's a very, very tough country to compete, because there's big giants here for hundreds of years with lots of finances. So for me, the option was to go to Africa, Middle East, Caribbean, where I found less challenging. So Karan, I salute you, for you stood here and you fought the big boys and you established a brand. You all know Cobra beer, less gassy. Yes, and it's ideal with curry. When you have a hot curry, the last thing you want is keep on drinking and bloating. Then you will not have enough curry. So Karan was the inventor of that beer which you can drink with your food and without getting bloated. So Karan, you will do your own justice. I can only admire you, because you're someone who has tried to put so much back in the community. You have given your very valuable business time, family time, and there are so many people making money, but there's someone who does a bit more than, for other people. I have a lot of time for those people, that he has impacted this country, where people like me now can also dream of doing business, and we have put things into motion. And in life, you can't learn everything from your own experience. So it's always good to learn from other people's experience. And that's where we come, and I bring people like Karan to share their life journey, because they have done something right to be where they are. The people who have done something wrong, you won't find them around. They've gone. So those people who do something right somewhere, you will always find them around you. So that's the whole idea, that this lecture will share the knowledge of people who have gone through, and some of you are going through, and you can avoid those pitfalls which we have with a great deal of difficulty, but we have done it. So that's number one, that learn from others' experience. And the other thing is that my own humble beginning, as you heard, I'm a posthumous child. I was born after the assassination of my father, who was against the partition of India, and he was trying to save some students who were caught up in communal riots. He saved the student, but he lost his life, because he was a man of vision. He knew, he wanted to have a united India, free of rivalry. There would be no rivalry. And if today we were united, India is a democratic and secular country with one man, one vote, where there's a Muslim majority, they could have a Muslim government. Wherever, we could make our own destiny together. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. So we became refugees in our own country. But I'm here to tell you a story because of my remarkable mother. She was only 35 when she was widowed, and she had 8 children. In those days, there were a lot of a family with big children. So we arrived in a refugee train and into a refugee camp, which the Maharaja of Patiala had opened, because there are a lot of 15 million people displaced, over 1 million people were killed. And the legacy of partition continues to kill people, because once you do something wrong, you've got to keep on doing something wrong again and again. One right leads to many right, one wrong many. So there was something. But anyway, I'm not here to make judgment what happened, what did, but we are here to make the most of the situation. So I owe everything to my late mother. She was a teacher. Thankfully she was educated. And those people who try to keep women behind become behind themselves. Because it's very, very important that you empower your partners, your wife, your daughter, your sisters, or whatever, because they're an asset. And for turning asset into, sometimes they turn liability, because my wife can't go to dentist to take a child, my wife can't take my child to school. So who done that? She can't drive. Why? Because you people do not realize the strength of women. And I know the strength of women, and they are not equal to men, they are better than men. I can challenge you 100 times. So they are much better. They can bear children, they can bring them up, they can manage their family, they can manage the minimum resources they have. But anyway, so my mother was an intelligent young, she was young, but she said education is the key to get out of poverty. Although I was a mediocre student, but although my brother did very well, they all joined the Indian Army as commissioned officer, but I was rejected because I was spoiled. I was the youngest one, spoiled. But then I came to England, I persuaded them to send me to England, I'll do law. It was a cultural shock for me to come to this country when I thought the roads are paved with gold, money grows on tree, I had seen this English pictures, made by Firewood Studio, Ealing Studio, where you had this, everybody spoke in the Queen's accent or whatever, and there were so many different accents there. Even Cockney, which was something surprising to me. So for me, there were so many things, and I was looking for manicured lawns, sports cars, all these things which I see very good. So I had a cultural shock. I said, I want to go back. And then I said, before I go back, let me make some money. And I'll go back, and it's too hard for me. And then everywhere I went, they said, have you got experience? Have you got experience? And nobody would give you experience. So in the end, I got fed up and I got a job as a car cleaner. And the best compliment I got from my boss was, since you arrived, my cars are looking beautiful. I said, that is a great compliment. What I'm trying to say is, whatever you do, you must do to the best of your ability, because excellence endures long after everything is for. Mediocrity will get us by, but it will not get us noticed. So I wanted him to know that, and I realized, because realization is very important, when you realize in life. And when I was away from my family support, my family, mother, and everything, I was on my own, that's where I realized that I used to think much of myself, but people don't think much of me. So I have to now, you get two chances in life. One, I had the chance in the university, which I blew, that I didn't take it seriously. Now I have another chance to make my life when I get a job, because I now want to be the best among the rest. So wherever I went, whichever job I took, I tried to go the extra mile. Anyone can sell McDonald's, but someone who will sell McDonald's with good morning, how are you, what can I do, a little bit of add value from, he will be remembered, he will bring respect to him or herself, and also the establishment. So I said, I am working, I want to give something from myself. So that helped me along the life, along my journey, because people remember me because he gives extra. Remember the Hereford, we give you extra in the cross. So always give extra. And so I started working for Dixon and McCain. In the end, I got a break with a freight forwarder, the guy who was doing freight forwarding, moving cargo. It's a service industry where you sell your service. You don't sell anything. So you can start this business with nothing. So I started with this guy. Thank God he was not very kind to me. He tried to exploit me because he knew. And then I said to him, if you don't give my commission, I worked very hard, I made so much. And he gave me a justification that it took for 2-3 years before I can do it. We have to build a business. And I said, it's your business. I need the commission. I have no card. Anyway, so in the end, I gave him notice I will leave. I had no money, nothing. I just set up a company which is 2 pound capital and any self-storage. You can buy it for leaving your luggage. So I bought that storage place for £125 a month, but there was a very big problem because you had to come in time, go in time. Anyway, bottom line is, but because I wanted to give that extra, people remember me, my business just snowballed because, you will never change doctor, accountant, solicitor unless they're really bad, because you get used to people. So I knew that my service they have to get, and then the word of mouth, my business just grew and grew. And then for one thing, it's always important that you look forward to things, how to, where I am, where I need to be, and how can I reach there. And people like Karan, we are very fortunate from India that we have got very many role models. We are a product of a secular and democratic country where we are told to use merit. We don't use race or religion or color or whatever. So we have to compete in India. I have to compete with a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Parsi, everywhere. There's so many nationalities, they're all equal. So that helped us in becoming tolerant also, and helped us becoming, we could integrate into any society. Like when I came to Britain, I could integrate. I didn't have to live like many communities in ghettos or in the fringes of the society. I could take the best what Britain had to offer me. And then, common sense is very important, that you come to this country, there is some qualities of this country which made this country the greatest. And if I deny myself of those values, I am not doing justice to me. It is not the fish and chips which made this country great. It was their values of tolerance, value of fair play, value of respecting other people, religion, and we have laws in this country stopping discrimination. So there is a lot of tolerance and sense of fair play. You can always look for the negative thing, but then you will become negative. It's always good to see positive, 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 and remain positive, and you will find very good solution. So these values I adopted, like rule of law, tolerance. These values have done me no harm. It actually made me the man I am. Yes, but unfortunately, a lot of people, they come here and they don't want to adopt, and that's very, very dangerous, because you are left at all with everything. So then I used to think, how do I improve? And I said, I'm service industry, I'm fed up. Everybody wants me. Rami, can you pick up this thing? I want to have something like a Sony television guy who made this computer. They come and buy from this man, not me. I'm fed up. I was on the phone twice, 3 times over. So then I said, I'll do some product. And luck would have it. Somebody said, we are looking for X amount of, a brand of oil, cooking oil from France. So I went to France, I got the oil, and I started my business. But I wasn't going to rest. I wasn't going to rest there. I was going to do more and more. Then I did some research. I said, this oil is very expensive. This is brand. Brands are very expensive, but they spend an awful lot of money in building brands. Karan will know how much money he spent building brands. So I said, if I'm supplying this oil to Africa, and the money they spend in France on salesmen, advertising, marketing, distribution, it has no value. So I then decided I did some research, because I always say that you have to do a lot of research into what you do. I always give example of 2 doctors. One is in Harley Street, one is in Back Street. The man in Harley Street will spend a great deal of time trying to establish what's wrong with you. If need be, he will take a second opinion, third opinion. He's not in a rush. But the man in Back Street has no time. He'll say, okay, refer it to a specialist. He'll pass the buck. So that's how it is. Whatever you do, you must go deep into your subject. Yeah, you get to know what it is. That you know more than the guy next door. It's simple as that. So I bought the oil, Oil was now 30–40% cheaper, and my business just snowballed. I could sell a lot more to a lot more people, and one thing led to another, and then now I have 250 products. So I decided now to replicate products which were very expensive. I never copied any product. Well, I shouldn't have said copied. I never developed product which were cheap, because there's no meat on them. So there's nothing for me to save to people or to give benefit. So I look for the highest expensive where people are spending so much money and building their brand up. So I go and I get exactly the same. In our country, there are many proverbs. They say anyone can draw a line, but the man who knows where to draw a line is called an architect. So I had to be the set architect, because I realized people acquire taste. Somebody drinks Cobra beer, I can give him another cheap beer. He wants Cobra beer. When we go, we say, give me Cobra. Yeah, that is the power of brand. The people say, have you got beer? Have you got Cobra? When people demand your product by the name, that means you have arrived. Yes, so people will go. I've seen them in restaurants and demanding Cobra. So that's how we build, by knowing your subject in depth, and then try to be better than the guy next door. Yes, how can I give extra to people? And this is what we do in our business. We have a very simple philosophy. We only succeed when our customers succeed. I get customers from all over the world. They come, they are not as experienced. Some of them are not as experienced as we are. We can do two things. Either we can take advantage of them, or we can give advantage to them. So our job is to give the knowledge and experience to them, so they become stronger, and then they come back to us. The attitude, I'm all right, Jack, will not help you build a world-class company. Yes? It just, you win customer, you lose customer, you win customer. For me, customers are like pearls, and I want to keep those pearls in my necklace. The bigger the pearl, the better it is, the more expensive. So I don't want to lose customers, so we give them guarantee. If you lose any money, we'll make the losses good, because we can afford to lose money, but we can't afford to lose customer. We can always earn money back, but if you lose customer, he will not only go, he will take 10 customers. So empty. So in other words, I want, because I know you want to hear the real Lord Billy Moyer, who's such an articulate speaker. It's a joy to listen to him. Every time I listen, I pick up a lot of other things. So I can give you 5 things which made me a success. Because necessity is the mother of invention. You have to think, whatever situation you are, God has given us great brain, we can find solutions. People have give you iPhone 7, they'll get iPhone 8 by thinking. Your thinking is very important. So 5 things I would like you to remember, which we are born with them. You don't need to spend money to buy them, or you don't have to ask anybody to give you. You are born with them, and you just have to preserve them. Number 1 is self-respect. You need to preserve your self-respect, because without that you'll cut corners. You let your customer down. You will do all sorts of things which will not help you build your reputation, which is required to build a world-class company. So people should know, if I deal with Rami, I have suppliers here who supply me product for export, but I can make a lot more profit by selling it to Sainsbury or Tesco. Yeah, because the prices for export are 30% cheaper, 20% cheaper. So it's very important. They think, look, if we give them product, we can trust it will go where he says it goes. And we now represent almost every company in the UK, yes, because of that trust. The next one is that you have to have work ethics. It's very important that you have ethics, that you're not shortchanging people, you're not giving a short to do, you're not overpricing them, you're not delaying payment of your suppliers. It is ethic. You're not mistreating your staff, customer. You are doing your thing with ethic. Because by doing anything, you only generate good result. Third thing is commitment. You've got to have a commitment. No matter how clever you are, how bright you are, intelligent, if you don't want to work, you don't want to work. Then intelligence, knowledge you have, you are not put to good use. Yes? So you have to use what God has blessed you with. Like I was blessed with very little, But I tried to make the best of it. I knew that I got to do a bit more than the guy next door. So commitment is very important. Those who watch clock, continue to watch clock. Those who watch their work, surge ahead. So it's very important that you give, there's a deadline to meet. People are expecting you to deliver this product or services on time. And the other one, the fourth one, is you have to have vision. Without vision, you're just headless chicken, unable to find your destination. Because you need to be thinking, where am I going next? How will I get it? So you've got to know. And vision is, you learn from other people, you copy other people. If you want to be a doctor, copy doctor. You want a politician, copy politician. You want to be a businessman. You have to copy what you want to be. Copy is not a bad thing. Copy is very good, because for you to copy also requires intelligence. You just can't copy, just like that. You will see a very good idea and you will walk away. You will not pick up that idea. It's very important that you are able to take ideas from other people, because when you take ideas from other people, you will have more idea than the person you borrowed from. Yes? And finally is empathy. It's very important that you have empathy for others, empathy for your staff, empathy for your customer, empathy for your supplier. You empathize with people, that put yourself in that position if you are treated. So by looking after, treating your staff, supplier, customer, you have a happy family. Because I always say in a good business, you have supplier, staff and customer. They are in sync. They are talking to each other in perfect harmony, and that's how the business grows. When there's a problem, you don't pay your supplier on time, he is annoyed with you, he will not give you other supply, you are misbehaving with your staff, because let's put it this way, money doesn't make money. People make money. So you have to respect your people. I tell you, if I had the money, I didn't have the money, so it's the people who make money. Your staff makes money because you have to train them, you have to give them the best knowledge and education, whatever you can give them, so you're empowering them by helping them to help yourself. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the journey from nothing to everything. There is, I can be here talking, but I'm sure you want to hear the real person I want to hear. And it's my great honor and privilege to introduce you to Lord Colonel Boyer. As I said before, he's an icon, he's someone people respect, look up to, and he has done enormous good to this country and to our community. They are a Parsi community, very, very tiny community in India, but they punch well about their weight in India. And modern India owes a great deal to this Parsi community, which was rejected from Iran. Would you believe? As I was rejected, Sikh community was rejected from Pakistan, and we are the most prosperous, hard-working community. So this just shows countries based on religion are scoring their own goal, because they are systematically discriminating against a section of their own population. Religion is a force for good. We should use it to unite people, not to divide. And all this, what we see, hatred going around these days, we need to stop that, because we are in one country, Great Britain. We have to look at a big picture. The more successful people we have in England, more tolerant people, the better this country is. So therefore, we have to look at a bigger picture, then we will make a great country, which Britain is already a country, and such a tiny island has touched the life for almost everyone in the world. So they are really our people, we are proud to be among them. So thank you very much.